everybody. I am Susie, and I am here today with Katie, the account manager at Teachable. So this is a little impromptu live. Super excited. It was super last minute. About 10 minutes ago, we decided we're going to go live. And well, we've been doing this we've been doing this since this morning, but then things kind of happened with the kids, and we are here. And I'm super excited to kind of pick Katie's brain on creating online courses, getting your topic for your course, kind of what makes a good course. Is it more the quantity? How much stuff do you have to put into it? So also, big reason why we're doing this today is because Teachable is offering their professional plan for free for 30 days. So you can sign up and check it out, see if you like it, test out the back end of Teachable, create maybe a little mini course, and see if you want to continue on and stick with Teachable. So we're just here today to answer any questions. And now I'll turn it over to Katie. Would you give us a little intro?
Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you, Susie. Hi, guys. I'm Katie Scott from Teachable. I'm the account manager here. So I work with a lot of our enterprise clients, but I also work on our webinars. So for people who've been introduced into the Teachable platform itself, just to give them a little walkthrough and intro onto how they can start to use the platform and how to use the platform. So I thank you, first of all, Susie, for having me as well. I like the impromptu-ness. It keeps us on our toes for sure. But I would love to answer any questions that people may have and any hesitations about courses or the platform or just general Wednesday vibes.
Awesome. And one of the things that while we're getting people to sign on, what would be your top 3 tips for that you see that successful content and course creators do?
Oh, that's a good question. So top 3 tips. I think from a successful creator, it would be 1, don't think you have to create an entire course before you actually start getting people to sign up, or you start getting people to pay for the course. And that sounds very counterproductive. But what a lot of people do is they have this idea and then they think, okay, I'm going to go out and I'm going to create this massive course, and then I'm going to then focus on getting people to it. But what you mentioned a mini course earlier.
Yes.
I think that's very key, is if you create either a mini course or something like a lead generation or a lead magnet, which basically gives users or beta users a snippet of your teaching, which is really, really valuable, because it means that, Susie, I don't know if you've experienced this, someone can go through your course or that mini course and then give you really valuable feedback as to what you can improve, what they enjoyed, what they didn't like. Whereas we just jumped on this call and you were like, it looks really dark where you're being filmed. So it was darker than this. So we did some tweaks and changed it. But could you imagine if you'd created an entire course with that terrible lighting, and people are like, that's kind of annoying. Could you change that?
There's a halo around your head.
Yes, which is exactly what I had. I was like, maybe it's a sign. But yeah, so instead of going through and changing an entire realm or entire course, you're just changing the mini course that you created, which is really valuable to get that feedback from those beta testers, and then you can focus the rest of your energy on creating and releasing the content over time. The second point, sorry, that was really long-winded.
No, that's a great one.
The second one is creating a sense of urgency for your users. So kind of following off the back of that, you can create a real sense of urgency of users to sign up. So you could be like, okay, I have this mini beta course or this mini course that I'd love you to go through. You're going to get a discounted price, or for half the price for this month, and then it goes up to Z price. And that just creates a certain sense of urgency for users to sign up, get them involved. And I think third piece of advice would be the topic, the topic idea. So this is going to be your passion project, your love. So you really want to make sure you nail the topic that you're going to go for, because this is going to be something you're diving into all the time. I'm sure, Susie, you're very incredibly passionate about it, of course, because so you just have to have that passion and drive behind it, and interest, and that's when you're going to feel most comfortable in being an expert in it as well.
Okay, I love those tips. Okay, so topic. If you guys have any questions as you're watching, let us know in the comments below. We'll answer your questions. But
Oh yeah,
one that
please.
I have is you touched on a mini course, and I really like using a mini course as a lead magnet because it offers that perceived higher value
Right.
for the
Yeah.
person who signs up. Instead of just getting a PDF, they get an entire little course where they get to know my teaching style. What do you recommend? Do you recommend actually charging for a mini course or offering it as a lead mag?
Good question. Good question. So I think when you're first starting out, you could do it. You could do it for free if you just want users to get involved, get the excitement going, and just get their email address, because that's really, I mean, there's so much value in having people's email addresses, so that you can then start contacting them. Then you can build up extra, funnels with them, or to have access to contact them. But I think once you get comfortable with it, creating that mini course, the thing that you're giving them, exactly like you said, Susie, is once you give someone value, even if you've given it for free, they will immediately see value in once you release a course at a certain price. Because if they really relate to you, or they understand or have like a rapport with you, and you've created that value for them, and also given it away for free, they would see the value in a course even more so. So that's probably not giving you a straight answer, but I would say first off, when you're first starting off, create a lead magnet for free. See if you can get those email subscribers, and then you can start to build that engagement more, and then start charging as well.
I love that. That's a great idea, because when you're first starting out, you kind of don't have that confidence yet.
Exactly.
To say, hey, am I a good teacher? But once you have people going through your free mini course, they'll go through that for a while. You'll actually be able to build up testimonials from the people. From the people who are going through it for free, and then that gives you more ability to charge for it, because now you have other people saying that your course is good.
Absolutely. And it gives you, social credibility, and it gives you that backing from other people who've gone through the course and experienced it yourself. And you're right, it helps boost self-confidence as well.
Yeah, because I feel like that's a big part of my readers, that they have all this knowledge, where most of us, we're moms, we're at home, but we don't have that confidence to think like, will anybody listen to me?
Yeah.
So that's why I encourage people to do mini courses too, to kind of like build up that self-esteem, and then you can start charging for it additionally.
Absolutely.
One of my courses wasn't even, so from your perspective, what is the price range that people charge for courses?
Ooh, massive, that varies massively, but that's a tough question, but I like it. Okay, so that varies massively, but we do, when we give advice about this, I give mainly two focuses. So the one is giving users, more ways to pay you. So you're giving them options. Either maybe you're giving them a subscription, or maybe you're giving them a payment plan. Because if there's more ways for them to pay you, they're more likely to pay you, to be frank. And another thing is, it sounds kind of counterproductive, but you should be charging more than you think for a course, because a lot of people undervalue their own knowledge and their own content, and they think, okay, if I create a course and I put it out there for $12.99, loads of people are going to buy it. And really, like you were talking about, the perceived value actually decreases because it's so low. So you should really value the time and the content that you're putting in, and people will really value that transformation that you're providing them. So charging something like a $200 course is frequently seen. $200 plus more. We recommend, I personally would recommend no less than $100.
So then my $9 course, I should probably up it, right?
Yes. Well, but the difference, sorry, I didn't go into more detail. It does totally depend on your audience and your niche. I suppose with my enterprise clients, they're a different audience or a different topic for sure. But yeah, so what you can do is you can do multiple different pricing options. That's also another a way to get people on board as well. So pricing, just as long as you're giving them multiple ways to pay you, is important.
Exactly. And that's what I like about Teachable. They have the option of doing a payment plan because one of my courses is just under 100, and I frequently have people going on the payment plan for it. So $50 a month. So that's an awesome capability that you guys have.
Yeah, that's definitely an option that you can utilize for sure. And we see that frequently. More and more people are using multiple pricing options.
Okay. So Tara says, love Teachable.
Oh, nice.
And Susie, you're off. Thank you. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Alexis. Hi, Jaden. All right. So another question that I have is, gosh, how much like video compared to written content should somebody put in a course?
Oh, great question. This does, again, vary on the topic and the audience in terms of their preference. I would recommend using both forms, just because people are have different ways of learning. So some people do prefer the interactive aspect of someone talking. We are seeing increased engagement with users who use video on top of adding PDFs and text. So video does really engage users and kind of cuts to the point very quickly as well, because it's a great way to engage and increase a user's rapport with the community, because it is like you're building up like a community as you have perfected. It's like very nice to see everyone come and join as well at such short notice. That's what I'm taken aback by. I was very impressed.
Oh, awesome. So what I do in my courses, thanks, Katie. What I do in my courses is when I have a video, I know some of my mommies, you have to also think about your audience. A lot of them have kids in the background. So it's hard for me to watch a video. So if I do have videos in my courses, I do bullet points underneath it.
Nice.
To not write out the whole section, but at least give them the bullet points so they know this video, that's where they're going to find these topics and answer these questions.
Yes, absolutely. And that's also really nice for just like organizational, so they know exactly what they're getting into as well. And just to see like, okay, right, boom, nice and easy. I can see these bullet points.
Exactly.
I think that's nice, clear and cut.
So let's talk about like course topic, because that might be one of the hardest things to come up with. Like, how do you know what to create a course on?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think the first pointer, or the first thing you should address is, what are you interested in and what are you passionate about kind of conveying your knowledge to other people? What do you think is important to approach? Because, this is going to be your I was going to say your baby, but that kind of helps. But it really is. So I think that's super important that you're passionate about the topic, because that will help you engage with the community and feel more of a sense of expertise when you're like working with your content, working with your users, and creating that excitement as well. Other things you can do for when you're thinking of your topic is also just doing a bit of research on what other courses are being taught, and if there's demand for it. And that may sound harsh to be like, oh, there's no demand for it, but even if it's a very niche topic, and in fact we do advise getting a niche topic, because if you go for something like something that's so broad, it's going to be tough to kind of get to the top of the course content, or to get to the top of the recommended courses to take. So it's really important to have that niche audience, which I think you've gotten down to a T, which is really impressive. So finding your passion and also having a niche topic.
Passion niche. So can you give us some examples of like very niche courses? Like completely broad, different kind of topics.
Oh, yes. So there is a course on, I think this one was really cool, how to create paper flowers, or how to make paper flowers.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't really understand this. I jumped onto the Teachable course itself, and it's mind-blowing. They actually look like a full-on bouquet of flowers, but they're completely created by what is that paper called, the really thin paper? I can't remember. Anyway, it's very delicate and intricate, but it's a course on how you can create these bouquets or flowers just using paper, which I was dead impressed with. And then we have some of them around the office now. I should have brought them in.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, she sent them in, so that was incredible. And I thought that was really well done. Another kind of extreme of topic is a gentleman who created a school on how to get certified as a drone pilot, which kind of just he kind of just did for fun, or he did it the weekends, and then he thought, okay, I'm going to create a course for it because drones are definitely up and coming and people are using them more and more, and people are looking to become certified and to use it. Oh, thank you. Yes, Rosemary. Yes, exactly that. I was like, what is that paper called? I clearly didn't take the course.
Crepe paper.
Crepe paper. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what I noted for next time when I should actually learn how to do it, because they looked awesome. But so this gentleman created a course on how you can be certified as a drone pilot. So that's like another extreme. We've got watercolor painting. We've got awesome. I mean, you could literally name a topic and I'd be like, yep, there's probably a course on that, which is just mind-blowing.
Yeah, and speaking about the watercolor topic, so what like that brought up is I went to my mom's house a couple years ago, and my sister was in town too. So my sister is from Kansas and I'm from Jacksonville, and we both met in Orlando, spent the weekend with my mom. But she was so excited, she brought a DVD where the lady on the DVD instructs you how to paint this specific painting. And I think she bought the DVD for like $80, so it's kind of like pricey. But then we put it on the TV and we watched it, and we did the painting step by step with her. Yeah. So when I like to think about this too, when I'm thinking about like a course topic, think of where I have previously spent money to learn a new topic. Yeah, or to learn a new skill. Exactly, a new skill. So she spent money to learn about water painting. I've spent money on home DVDs on how to work out from my home. Same. So, same. Yeah. Which ones did you do? Yeah. Oh God, I can't remember. It was I did it maybe like 5 years ago, and it was hilarious. It was on a DVD, so I can't remember what it was called now. But it was. I did Shanti from Beachbody. Oh, I think I get that on Instagram. I always get it prompted on the ads. He does Insanity. I did that before my wedding. And then I did T25 when I had kids, because I only had 25 minutes. But he's hilarious. I love his videos. Yeah. So what I advise for my readers is also like, where have you previously spent money to learn, to get education and to learn a new skill? And then that would be a great course topic, because people are really spending money. I really like that. It's just a really smart way of thinking about it. And then you could even take it broader than that. Like, where are people spending money for courses? And you're like, universities and colleges, they're spending thousands and thousands on education. It's super important for people. And that's where we're seeing a massive trend go, is to, people are willing to, look for that transformation and looking to improve themselves and kind of learn new things, which is super exciting as well. So what is the future of like the online course industry? Are you guys growing? No, we've just stopped. No, we are. It's what's really exciting is we're seeing, entrepreneurs and business owners use us. We're seeing businesses use us for lead generation. So not just monetizing their knowledge. It's really exciting to see for like brand exposure. People use us to train their employees, to train clients for onboarding, to sell virtual passes. It's kind of crazy that the amount of things that people are doing and are using us for, which is really exciting for sure. That is really cool, because sometimes I think me and the people watching this, we're so stuck in our blogging world that we think that only bloggers create online courses, but it's not just us. It's people and companies as big as, what was it, the Wall Street Journal? The New York Times. The New York Times. Oh, right. Yeah. And so they're one of your clients, right? Yeah, absolutely. And it's really impressive to see, because they wanted to monetize their employees' knowledge and provide pre and post college graduates basically educational tools. And so it looks kind of impressive once someone's gone through this course and they're like, oh, I've been certified as a course from the New York Times, and they can then show that further on down the line, and so I think that's a really exciting thing. And something else we're seeing more and more is people using us. So you were saying it's not just like bloggers. What's really exciting is we're seeing people even selling things like
consulting on Teachable. So, you know, if they wanted to sell their time, it's a really nice way to complement their course by doing selling additional things like a consulting session. So it could be you consulting me on how to work with babies more, because I need help with my niece and nephew. They're good fun. I
actually do that. I have I offer consulting through my Teachable platform. So I do that too. It's an awesome idea.
Yeah, it's good to see people using it more and more for that as well.
Yeah, definitely. So we have a question here from Dora. How many sections should a Teachable course be at a minimum? Is 5 enough, or should it be more?
Dory, great question. We actually did touch on this before we started, because it's a really frequent question that we get, and people want to know, like, you know, it's 6 to 20 courses. That is the maximum amount, or minimum amount. To be honest, with taking into account topic and taking into account the audience that you are addressing for your course, the most important thing that we see is people actually focusing on the Susie, I know we were speaking about this earlier, is focusing on the transformation that the users are going to go through. So you probably have a topic in mind and you're thinking, oh my goodness, I have this huge course that I'm going to develop out, but it's really important to go for the transformation rather than the quantity of the course. So it's quality over quantity that you want to go for. So 5 is absolutely enough. We have schools that are really successful and they just have one course. So it's
one section in the course.
No, they have one course and then multiple sections within the course. So it does vary. The average, I would say, because Dory, you're probably watching and be like, just give me a number. Just hit me with a number. The average, I would say, is 6 to 12. Okay. And then length of video, because some people ask that. Honestly, I would err on the side of shorter rather than longer. Yeah, because people have very short attention spans now.
And I lose my spot. Like I once went through a course and the video was 2 hours long.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And it's an amazing course and it's great value, but I kept losing my spot. So I've never completed the course because the video was just too long.
Yes. And if it's broken into chunks, you could be like, okay, I'll watch these, 12 minutes and this 20 minutes, and I can have a cup of tea in between and whatnot. I think that's normally what I go for.
Cup of tea of Katie, yes.
Yeah, or a cup of coffee. All right.
Also, that's a great question. Great answer. Okay, this is from Payal. Should the first counseling session be free or charged? What do you think?
Oh, that's a really great question. I would. Okay, the very first one. I personally think your time is super valuable, so I would always try and charge for selling your time. So if you're selling your time alongside a course, you could add it on at the end to say, if you enjoyed that course, feel free to contact me for some one-on-one time. But I would recommend charging for that because your time is so valuable. Yeah. And if someone's gone through your course, even if it's a free course and they really valued the content, they would be more than willing to pay for something like that. Right. And that's a good way to build up your audience as well. You could possibly do it with the first 1 or 2. You do them free just for practice if you want to kind of work through the tech and work through your demeanor, and if you're comfortable with it, for sure. But eventually, I would certainly err on the side of charging.
Can't do it free forever, but yeah, for the first couple clients, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
All right. From Wendy, this is: do you see parents purchasing courses for kids very often?
Wow, that's a really great question. Off the top of my, that's something I haven't been asked before. So you've really stumped me. My assumption is yes, because I know we have courses for I always forget what it's called here, K-12?
K-12?
Yes, thank you. I'm always like, year 7 to year 12? So my guess is yes, for sure. In terms of who they market to, if they market to the parent and then they advise purchasing it for their child, I can definitely foresee that. But I'm trying to think of an example I can send you. I really like that question. Sorry, I'm not being
That's a great question, Wendy. I was thinking, okay, so back in college, I would sign on super early in the morning and
Yeah.
tutor two Korean students through
Yeah.
Skype. So there would be like a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old, and I would speak English with them, and their parents would pay me just because I was somebody in the States
Oh,
who was
awesome.
speaking English with them. So this is a great idea, Wendy,
That is, I really like that as an idea.
where you can teach maybe like instead of the parent having to drive somewhere and to like have an in-house tutor or
Mm.
to go to a place to tutor your kids, you can get the online course and it's much more convenient for the parent and the student or the
Hmm.
child.
Actually, the more we say that, we definitely do have. I can't think of the actual course itself
Yeah.
that does that, but there's definitely tutoring for children, and obviously their parents would have to be purchasing on their
Yeah.
behalf. But that's a really great question. I'm trying to think of an example. Oh, and I know of there's a music school that does that as well.
Okay.
So for I think it's for children who are learning the guitar.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's the example I was thinking. I need to just find the URL for you. But that's a great question, Wendy. I'd love to know what you're thinking of teaching as well, or teaching for kids.
Right. Because you can always think, okay, you're targeting the same audience, say, for example, moms. What can you teach moms? Or if you have skills, can you target a different audience?
Yes.
And that way you niche down instead of the topic, but you niche down to a different like audience that you're targeting. That's a great idea.
That's smart.
Golly. So I am so honored that you jumped on so quickly and come and chatted with us.
No, thank you, Susie, for letting me join, for sure.
Do you have any like last minute tips on what sets Teachable apart from other course creation platforms and kind of what we should do when we're signing on and starting our courses?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question. I hope that we are set apart for sure. I hope the thing that really shines through is that we try to keep our ear to the ground very much, or very in tune with the instructors actually going through and using the platform. So our whole purpose and we actually had a meeting recently to make sure that we're all on track and all on the same page. And our main focus is to empower instructors to empower creators to turn their knowledge into income. So that's our like sole purpose. So we want to focus mainly like completely on the tech, so that instructors and creators and entrepreneurs don't have to worry about the tech, and they can just really focus on the quality content that they're providing for their students and their community. So I believe that's the biggest thing that sets us apart as well.
It is amazing, because otherwise I would be tinkering with my website continuously and never like get to emails of students or creating new courses or content if I had to be stuck in the tech all the time. So that's why I absolutely love Teachable.
Oh, thank you.
I just saw a couple more questions pop up, if you don't mind.
Yeah. No, please. I'd love to.
Okay, awesome. So Vera says, I'm still stuck with less than 10 people in my email list. Can I sell a course?
Oh, great question. So yes, you definitely still can. I would recommend, I know Susie was touching on this as well. I would definitely recommend trying to focus on a mini course so that you can build that engagement, even with the list that's less than 10, and get their feedback and just be like, hey guys, I've created this mini course. I would really appreciate your feedback. I'm looking to get testimonials, but the people that will go through the course and give you the feedback will be the most valuable feedback you can get, because it's people who really want to work with you and really want to hear your teaching style, and they want to hear what you're going to provide with them. So you can absolutely start selling a course with those users, and it doesn't have to be a fully fleshed out course. It can just be like a mini course, and they'd be like, great, I'm glad you like that. I'm going to make up this change and this change, and then later on down the line, this is what's going to be coming, and I'll keep you in the loop.
I like that. And Vera, another tip that you could do is create that mini course, but then potentially you're going to be charging for it later. So you could be saying on your landing pages that the course is free for now, but in 6 weeks or so on, you can create that urgency without even having a price on it yet. So you can say, okay, in 6 weeks, the course is going to be $29, but now it's free. So get it while it's free. So that's a way that you can also use scarcity to increase your email signups.
That's a really great way to do that. And also because some people think to just drop the price or to have a sale for a short time, which also works. But I really think giving them the warning, like, okay, the price is going to go up in, this date. So get it while it's hot, like you were just saying.
I like that. I like that. So Fiona says, what course topic would you suggest for a lifestyle blogger?
Oh, good question. A lifestyle blogger. Ooh, again, I think the main thing would be what's going to be the transformation for the end user. Yeah. So whether that be I don't know, nutrition, or whether that be not lifestyle, let's say lifestyle, whether that be nutrition or productivity habits or something, I would focus or knuckle down on the niche topic that you think is going to get them the transformation first of all, and then you could eventually branch out into something like because you can add as many course content and or as much course content or as many videos and lectures onto your Teachable school, you could eventually add other lifestyle topics as well, because that all lives under the same umbrella or the same kind of branding umbrella.
I like that. I like that. And Fiona, from my point, a lot of times when I see lifestyle bloggers, they have specialties in specific they have specific skills. Like either they can take amazing pictures, like their pictures are just phenomenal on their lifestyle blog, yes, or they can get all their kids to match on those Instagram pictures. And I don't know how they afford all these little cute outfits that kids grow out of. Or for example, they're, like you said, they touch on nutrition. So find the topic where your lifestyle blog kind of sets you apart and where you have that passion, and maybe hone in on that. Maybe that could be, go ahead.
Sorry, I was like, oh, you just triggered a
thought. Go ahead.
Also, just in terms of, because I'm assuming, Fiona, you've been blogging, take into account what articles or what topics, like Susie, you were saying, which ones people really resonated with or which were the most popular, because that can give you an indicator of where your audience would really appreciate some additional courses or additional information.
Exactly. I like that. You can use Google Analytics to see what your top posts are on your blog.
Yeah.
All right. Diane says, Jvzoo is promoting a new platform today. How do you compare? Do you know anything about Jvzoo?
Dan, I'll be very transparent. I haven't heard of them yet, but I will look into it for sure. Jvzoo. Okay.
Diane, so I've heard of them. I haven't seen many bloggers use them. Obviously, this is a new platform, so I'll check it out and get back to you.
Sorry, that's useless of me, but
yeah, we're just gonna be truthful if we don't have an answer.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
All right. So Wendy says one of her ideas is to teach a kids Bible journaling class.
Awesome, nice. Yeah. We do actually have a number of Bible. I was going to say Bible schools on our or Bibles as a topic on our site already, which is fantastic. We have seen them do really well, so that's awesome, because it is very niche. Again, that's, you've like nailed down the niche, the topic, and the niche audience.
I like that, Wendy. All right. So Doris says, how interactive are the Teachable tools?
Some examples. Great question, Doris. So we solely focus on being the hosting platform for your courses. So we believe that other products do other things really well, like integrating with a CRM system or an email provider. We try not to be an all-in-one jazzy tool, so that we can provide it at a decent price point. So we do interact really nicely or play with really nicely with other tools. So we interact, we connect or integrate with multiple different platforms, and we also work with Zapier. So I don't know if you've heard of them, but they connect one platform to another and help automate flows. So multiple tools we integrate with. So for example, MailChimp, I completely blanked on the name. MailChimp and ConvertKit. Yeah, they're big ones that people were like, you must surely you must integrate with them. So we absolutely do. There's multiple other ones too, but they're the big ones that jump to mind.
And Dora, as well, like the interactive part of Teachable, I know they have quizzes that people can take when they're going through your course, so that can increase some of that interaction. They also have certificates So if somebody completes the course, they can get a special little certificate and they can put that on their blog and maybe like link back to your blog and give you a backlink. So there's all kinds of cool things that you can do with the Teachable platform.
Mm-hmm.
All righty.
And
oh yeah, okay, I have a little link here. Okay, so if you do want to check out Teachable for free for 30 days, you can get on their professional plan so you can test out all their cool things. Go to startmomblog.com/teachable 30 days. So you get it free for 30 days. And that when you go to that page, it'll also show you exactly what Teachable can offer you. So I would recommend sign up, test it out for this week, for next week, for 30 days. See if you like it. If you don't like it, you didn't lose anything, but at least you know what the platform has to offer. So you can see how easy it is to create a course, maybe have 1 or 2 students go through it and see what their reaction is to your content being on Teachable. But anything else you want to say, Katie? This has been awesome having you today. It's a huge honor. Like, you just came on last minute. And this is what I really love about Teachable, you guys. So sorry, I didn't mean to overtalk you.
No, you're fine.
What I love about Teachable, they are so helpful everywhere. Like, as soon as I have a question or something, I can't figure it out, I just email support@teachable.com. And within a couple hours, they're back with me and they're helping me through the issue. So again, you guys are just an amazing company, and I'm honored to be on your platform.
I'm glad it's dark in here because I'm blushing.
Thank you.
No, thank you so much. It was I think that just last thing I was going to say is I would love to see people's progress. So do post on Susie's wall if you make any progression, or in a Facebook group, because I'd love to see the progress if people do join.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think that'll be awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Katie. We'll hopefully have you again one day.
Yeah, pleasure. Thank you ever so much for having me. Cheers.
Have a good day. Bye.
You too. Bye, guys.